Back with an update on the woman I named the City Girl Mayor of Oakland, Sheng Tao. Last year, I covered the story of City Girl Tao, who made history as the first Hmong mayor of a major U.S. city and the youngest mayor ever elected in Oakland at just 37 years old. She became the first Hmong mayor in the country to experience a raid. And let's not forget, I also brought you the news when she became the first Oakland mayor to ever be recalled. Yeah, that's right. Oakland residents had enough and kicked her out of office real quick. Well, now guys, she's making history again. Tao is now the first Hmong mayor to face a federal indictment. Yes, City Girl Sheng Tao was slapped with federal charges along with her boyfriend and a father-son duo who run their family businesses in the area. We're going to break all this down, but before we dive in, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Well, Sheng Tao and her attorney said that she has done nothing wrong, but the U.S. Attorney's Office today in San Francisco says they have evidence that Tao and her partner covered up bribes. A stunning announcement at San Francisco's federal building Friday. The U.S. Attorney's Office unsealed the 8-count indictment accusing former Oakland Mayor Sheng Tao and her partner Andre Jones, along with 2 Oakland businessmen, David Duong and his son Andy Duong, of bribery, conspiracy, mail fraud, and wire fraud. The 22-page indictment alleges the scheme started in 2022, just before Tao was elected mayor of Oakland in November.
Weeks before that election, Tao made commitments to take official actions as mayor that would benefit the Duongs.
Questions had lingered as Tao's home was raided by the FBI prior to her 2024 recall. The indictment repeatedly refers to an unnamed co-conspirator who worked with the Duongs. The indictment alleges Tao and Jones tried to cover up cash payments for a $95,000 no-show job salary to Jones from the Duongs. It also alleges they covered up funding for campaign mailers from David and Andy Duong, whose family operates recycling and housing businesses that contract with the city. In return, Tao allegedly pushed for renewal of contracts and exerted influence as mayor to help the Duongs' businesses.
So first, the person who told on them worked for the Duongs. They told on the father-son owners of the company. They also told on the mayor and her boyfriend, who was allegedly used to conceal these kickbacks. They paid him by making him a fake employee who never had to report to work but received $95,000. They also gave her money for her campaign, and in exchange, she made sure their garbage contract was renewed and also promised to do business with their real estate company on behalf of the city.
Her agreement to purchase housing units from a company owned by the Duong family. Her agreement to ensure the extension of a contract for recycling services that the city of Oakland had with one of David and Andy Duong's companies.
Jones was seen leaving home Friday morning for court as all 4 defendants appeared an hour later at a hearing that was held at Oakland's federal building. All of them entered not guilty pleas. Tao's attorney, Jeff Tsai, spoke immediately afterwards.
The case is built on allegations from an unknown co-conspirator that we believe, when the evidence is revealed, will show that my client has committed no crimes.
Mayor Tao was very quiet in court, calm, giving brief answers with no sign of emotion. As she left the building, her attorney said she had no comment. David and Andy Duong also declined to comment as they left the Oakland Federal Building. And the Duong's family attorney said that they did want to make a statement saying that their client is innocent and that will be proven in court. The next date is scheduled for the first part of February, so it will be very quick when they will be back in there for the next hearing.
Very serious charges here. How many years in prison could the former mayor be facing?
These are really serious charges. So 20 years, maximum penalty for the conspiracy, bribery, 5 to 10. So if you add them all up consecutively, it could be as many as 95 years if she is found guilty.
Whoa. So City Girl Tao is facing up to 95 years in prison. She told the judge in federal court she is not guilty. Her boyfriend and the Duongs also said they're not guilty. Now, if convicted, do I believe they'll give her 95 years? Of course not. I believe out of everybody here, she'll get the least amount of time. Then the Duongs will probably be next. And then somehow they'll find a way to give her boyfriend, Jones, the most time. Never mind, she was the one behind all of this and had the most political power. My thing is, why wasn't her salary enough? she got a raise right away in 2023. Yeah, the Oakland City Council voted to increase her salary by $13,000, bringing her pay to $216,000 per year. Why wasn't that enough? Yeah, why do they have to go collect another 6 figures in kickbacks, jeopardizing her position and now her freedom? Honestly, $216,000 is a lot of money to be a mayor of a city where your residents and small businesses are struggling.
So what exactly are Tao, Jones, and the Duongs accused of? Investigative reporter Candace Nguyen joins us now to break down the alleged bribery scheme laid out by prosecutors today. And Candace, we know they're prominent businessmen, but who are these Duongs?
Yeah, they are a father-son duo working with a waste company that you've probably seen in Oakland and in the South Bay. They, Tao and Jones, are denying these allegations as prosecutors allege a bribery scheme that helped Tao become mayor and pay some of her and her partner's personal bills. This federal indictment charges former Oakland Mayor Sheng Tao of a corrupt relationship with her partner Andre Jones and 2 additional defendants, David and Andy Duong. David Duong is the president CEO of Cal Waste Solutions. He's also co-owner of a housing company. His son Andy also works at Cal Waste and co-owns the same housing company. Leading up to Oakland's 2022 mayoral election, federal prosecutors say Sheng Tao promised if she was elected, the city of Oakland would buy housing units from the Duongs. In exchange, the indictment alleges the Duongs spent $75,000 on campaign mailers targeting her opponents. Prosecutors say the Duongs also paid Tao's partner, Andre Jones, $95,000 for a no-show job with their housing company, meaning no work was ever expected. Once Tao was mayor, prosecutors allege she used her influence to help appoint a high-level city official selected by the Duongs and requested that her staff tour the Duongs' housing company.
So the Duongs are from Vietnam. They paid a lot of money to make sure the city did business with them. They got one of their people installed in a high position with the city to look out for them. They also had the mayor in their pocket as well, who promised to use taxpayer money to acquire Duong real estate. And I'm sure it was at the price that the Duongs wanted that will give them the most profit. Not only that, they'll be able to keep their garbage contract that they have for 2 decades, although they got caught overcharging residents. A little bit more background on the Duongs. They got a $1 billion contract from Oakland back in 2014. But they got into a battle with Waste Management, who had that larger contract forever and didn't want to give it up. Basically, it was a garbage war, and they weren't fighting over scraps. We're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. $1 billion was the contract a decade ago.
It's clear that the federal government is taking this very seriously.
Michelle Rippey is the chair of the Criminal Justice Department at Cal State East Bay.
There certainly seems to be a lot of evidence that they have been able to obtain and list out in the indictment.
Evidence made possible by a collaboration between the FBI, IRS, and U.S. Post Office. Evidence that also alleges Tao, Jones, and the Duongs tried to cover up the scheme. Prosecutors say Tao directed the Duongs to make payments to Jones to avoid a paper trail leading back to her. In court Friday, Tao, with her attorney, as well as Jones and the Duongs, pled not guilty. They are presumed innocent, but Rippey says the indictment alone is having an impact on public trust in Oakland and beyond.
Is going to be a very big challenge to overcome in the future for not only Oakland, but many other local governments to make sure that they can maintain what trust is left.
Now, we wanted to know more about that city official who was appointed and allegedly selected by the Duongs. I reached out to the city just moments ago. They say they are working on a response right now. Candace Nguyen, NBC Bay Area.
I think this was really crazy of Sheng Tao to get herself involved in this. She was already making a really good salary, $216,000 a year, so her focus should have been building back Oakland, bringing businesses back, making the city safe again so business owners will come back and reinvest, making the city a place where tourists will want to come and visit, and just improving the overall environment for its residents. But no, she was more concerned with scheming and scamming. Now she's not just the first Hmong mayor in the country, she's the first Oakland mayor to be recalled and the first Hmong mayor in the country to be indicted. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this below. Special thank you to our brother Dark Power. I appreciate you for always showing support for the channel. You can show your support as well. The link to PayPal is below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.